Hopkins is one of America's leading water ride manufacturers. Although they make some of the best water rides as in product quality, their roller coaster collection is just something else. Yeah. Whoops. In 1962, Hopkins happened. Not complaining or anything, it's just a very strange company. Hopkins created 109 rides. Out of all of those, only 7 were coasters. Now that I think of it, I can honestly see why. Their first coaster opened as Texas Tornado at Wonderland Park, and you guessed it, Texas. Both vertical loops on the ride were modified away from the main spine due to trains lacking speed to make it through. Following Texas Tornado, Hopkins took a mild approach with their least impressive, yet best designed ride of their collection. Puller Coaster, which I'll add is not a puller coaster, opened at Storyland in New Hampshire. It's a pretty basic family coaster, which appears to be heavily inspired by Arrow Mine Train coasters, though I can't blame them for not making a concept of their own. 1 year later, Cliffhanger at Ghost Town Village in North Carolina opened. Not surprisingly, the ride barely operated and the whole park was actually abandoned. Guess the park is now literally a ghost town. Stress cracks were found in the vehicle bodies during an inspection. The ride was refurbished and only opened for a few days after. It closed with the park. Dragon at Adventureland opened in 1990 as the 4th Hopkins coaster. Honestly, shocking they got this far. Dragon was a pretty standard looping coaster, nothing special to add here. The ride was recently closed and replaced with an SNS free spin. Though free spins are way more common than Dragon was, I will say, it was a worthy replacement, which isn't saying much. In 1992, both Patriot and Desert Storm at Castles and Coasters opened. I'm just gonna say, Hopkins, what the heck went wrong with Desert Storm? That thing is straight up the jankiest ride I've ever ridden. Both the vertical loops are really messed up and terribly designed. There is a severe lack of banking on the ride and it's just overall really strange. I'll admit, it's a fun ride, but that does not make me question what happened less. Hopkins, I've designed less jank rides in Roller Coaster Tycoon Touch. Patriot, on the other hand, is actually a pretty decent ride. It's a kiddie coaster, yet it has some insane head choppers and laterals. I can't lie, it's also glossy smooth. Fortunately, in 1996, Hopkins created their last coaster. Though it was just a wild mouse, they managed to mess up bad. Okay, Hopkins, please stick with water rides like you have since then. Unless you can create a ride that doesn't simultaneously break your back and scare you with how genuinely sketchy it is, please stick to water rides, something y'all are actually good at. Thanks for making Splash Mountain 2, Hopkins.